Hello everyone, we're doing some construction at the house today, so you're going to hear some loud noises during this video, and I apologize for that, but there's nothing to be done for it. And I also really wanted to make sure that I got this video done today while I'm at home before the week begins, because I'm very, very excited to, first of all, share this incredible deck with you, but also I do have some very exciting news coming about this deck that I'm really, really excited to talk about, and I'm going to be doing that very soon. So I wanted to start that whole experience and journey with you all by sharing a reveal of this deck. I've had a really beautiful month. I've been gifted a lot of incredible decks from some very dear friends, and I'm finding really beautiful, impactful connections with them. But I do have to say that this deck, the Messenger Cards by Sandra, I'm hoping I say her name right, Sandra Kunz, is the one that I have had the most powerful connection with to date. So I'm going to show you all just a reveal of the deck, my initial experiences with the deck from the first few days of working with it. And then, as I said, stay tuned if you feel drawn to this deck, because I'm going to have some exciting news very soon about working with this deck with many of you. So, I am going to post the link in the description bar below for you guys of where to purchase this deck, because if you just type in the Messenger Cards in a Google search engine, you're going to find that her site does not pop up right away, and it can be a little bit tricky to find. So I'm going to make it as easy as possible for you all to find this deck, because it's an incredible deck. It's so unique, it's so rare to find, and it is a self-published, self-produced, self-created deck by the artist and author herself. So you can just click on that link and it's going to take you right to her website. She has the deck for sale, and she also offers many other things such as readings and a whole list of things as well on her site, which is wonderful to check out, and I'm sure you guys will enjoy looking at that. The deck does ship from Canada, I believe. My friend bought this for me, but I'm pretty sure it was Canada, and I was surprised with the speed with which the deck arrived to me coming from Canada. I think it was under 2 weeks, and typically when I've purchased decks from Canada in the past, it's taken longer than that. So I was very happily surprised with how quickly the deck arrived, and it came in a nice bubble mailer, which is great because it means that the deck is protected through travel. So I did really appreciate that the mailer was bubble wrapped. And the other wonderful thing that the Messenger Cards come with is a really large organza bag. So, you might be thinking, oh, it's wonderful that she included it, but it's just another organza bag. But the size of these cards are really unique. You can see how large they are. Okay. And this bag fits this and the guidebook perfectly, and so it's wonderful for those of us who maybe aren't crafty, because we don't have to worry about finding a bag so that we can carry the deck. It comes in the organza bag and you're good to go. And my friend also purchased a deck for herself, and she had a different colored bag, so I kind of love that idea that you'll get the color that you need at this time when you order the deck. So I was very, very grateful that she included that with the deck itself, because it does make a difference if you're someone who likes to travel with your decks, and this is a deck that I will be traveling with on a consistent basis. Sorry guys, still getting over this cold. So I don't even know where to start. I'm so excited. I love this deck so much. As soon as I saw the deck, I knew that it was going to be really, really special for me. And as soon as I actually physically touched the deck, that was absolutely confirmed. This is a deck that, just like Tarot of Vampires and the Isis Oracle for me, it's a home deck. It's one that feels like my spiritual path to a T, the marriage of it, and that it has such beautiful energy that it's been created with, and also that is within the deck itself. that's shown up really to assist us right now. And so, you know, I will say to you guys already that this deck is incredible. It's special, it's unique, it's not like any other deck you're going to find. You know, and because it is the messenger cards and the key theme is guidance from the animal spirits, you might be thinking, oh, I have the Spirit of the Wheel deck, or I have the medicine cards, you know, I'm covered. This deck is very different from either of those decks. And the focus is on not just like, oh, I saw a crow, what does that mean? But the focus is actually on the specific message that crow has for you, spoken through the voice of the actual spirit being. And it's very, again, very impactful, very powerful, and it's a very unique deck. So it's not like anything else you're going to find. And the other beautiful thing is that because the artist and author Sandra Kunz has done this herself, we have not lost her unique lens in creating the deck through, you know, going through a large publishing house or anything like that. This is really, you can tell how she was given the messages. It's flowed exactly like that through the guidebook and the artwork themselves. So I just really want to say that this is a very, very special deck. And it's absolutely, first of all, reasonably priced. I think it's around $30. The shipping is going to be a little bit more if you're outside of Canada, but nothing that's over the top. But it's something, it's a deck that you're just not going to find anywhere else. It's deeply, deeply powerful and loving. So before I show you some of the images, I just want to read the kind of introduction that Sandra shares with you. She says at the beginning, so this is your guidebook, and not hardcover, but still it's nicely presented, and if you keep it in the organza bag, it's going to wear very well. You can see that you get plenty of information on the cards themselves, and again, there's a very clear and powerful message being shared with each card also. And the introduction, I just want to read that to you all. It says, welcome. I invite you to allow these cards to be a gateway to your spirit guides. It is my belief that animal spirits are, in fact, not really animals, but multi-dimensional beings that appear to us in a form that we can easily relate to. No matter where you are in your journey, they will meet you there with love, compassion, wisdom, and grace. And it is with joy and pleasure that they guide you to your higher self and assist you in living your life as a fully empowered and authentic being. We are each a unique soul, and we are here to express ourselves through our divine light. The more we honor our individuality, the more our light shines, and the more we connect to the whole with a true sense of belonging. Having clear guidance is essential for us to navigate on our path of truth, and I am honored to bring these cards and messages as a source of connection to your guides. Love and grace, Sandra Kunz. So you can see her intention just from that introduction and the message of empowerment and authenticity that she's sharing through the deck itself as well. There is a small section on how to use the cards. She's really focused on single card draws with a deep connection with the cards themselves. So this is a deck that's meant for you to spend a lot of time with. So once again, really one card draws are encouraged in her how-to section, and you know, sitting with the guidebook meanings, but also taking a look at and exploring the intuitive messages you're getting too. And it really feels to me, and again, oh, she's also really encouraging journaling, which many of you know is a big part of card work for me, and something that I encourage a lot of us to step into. But I think you're really going to find, if you choose to work with this deck, that your own individual spirit guides are also speaking to you through the images. So I would encourage you too, and I'm sure Sandra would as well, to really sit with your intuition and meditation with the cards also, so that you can explore the additional messages that come through, as well as the traditional, no, not traditional, the guidebook meanings that Sandra's provided you with. So it's a deck that's asking you to really get to know it and spend time with it. And if you can give yourself that gift, it's one that's really gonna provide a lot of empowerment and encouragement and love. And as Sandra says in the introduction, compassion and grace as well for you on your journey. So let me talk a little bit about the cards now. So this is the backing. If you're someone that connects with Crow and Raven energy very well, then you're going to find that in this deck you have powerful spirit guides showing up to connect with you in that way through Raven and Crow. So this is the backing. It's a stunning backing, one of my favorites. It's one that I can't wait to have, you know, really displayed on my altar for Ostara so that I can connect with it very powerfully. And I love that it's black and white. It really pulls you in. And that the solitude here that's being maybe explored through the image is part of the journey that's important for us as well. So the cardstock is pretty good, especially for a self-published deck. It's not too flimsy. And I found last night, working with the deck too, that if you kind of turn the cards in the light different ways, you can kind of pick up different tones and different themes in the deck also. So I would encourage you to do that if you choose to invest in this deck. There is a key phrase and a number on the card as well to help you in working with the guidebook. And I'm going to show you some of the images now. So you can see we have woodpecker here. You'll see that butterflies and moths, this is Release the Past, show up a lot in this deck as well. And the use of color is profoundly intentional in this deck. It's really, really sharing a very big message for us, the way that Sandra's chosen to use color in this deck. I love that we also have this image as one of the cards as well, because I really connected to the image on the backing. Here's Alchemy Card 13 with Buffalo. There is a, almost I would say a Native American feel to some of the cards, but it's not just associated with that. So here's Dragonfly, and the card title is Being. But it doesn't, you know, it allows you, no matter what kind of spiritual path you line up with animal spirit energy, there's something represented here for you that can allow you to connect with it. So it's not stuck in any one, let's say, genre or anything like that. Owning your power. So you'll see that we have Raven and Crow showing up again quite often here. Enter the Cave with Bear. This card is really impactful, and in every review that I have seen online or reveal online, everyone talks about this card image because the clouds here are so, there is a deep message in there. So this is one, Breaking Free, card number 11, that is definitely calling out, at least for me, for some serious meditation with. I'm not going to show you every image right now because I will be doing a review in about a month, as I typically do, really talking about my experience with the deck and the deck's personality. But I can tell you right away here that this deck is one that has been created at this time for a very specific reason, and it's to kind of, I feel, really assist with an evolutionary shift that we're being called to make as a planet, as a dimension. There's White Buffalo. Deep self-respect. And this deck, you know, like so many other decks that we all know and love, is really here to assist us in creating a shift into authenticity and into love and compassion, self-love, self-care. There's the Journey. Pearls of Wisdom. And this deck, I definitely feel, you know, at least personally for me, is a very powerful healer now that's really come in to assist in finding the courage to step onto the path in the deepest way possible and unapologetically so. So I'm going to show you one more card because, again, I don't want to show you all the cards because I know some of us like to be surprised, and I'll also get more in-depth into the cards in my full review of the deck. But I do want to just share with you an example of the kind of guidebook meaning you're going to get for the cards. Card number 21, the Destiny of One, Spider. Let's see if I can find her for you guys. on. Not enough space in here. Don't want to wake up the napping child, though. All right, let's see. Where is she? Oh, I do want to show you this one image, though. Actually, two. Actually, three. Oh, where did she go? I am just so, I'm just so grateful to be able to work with this deck. Let's see. Isn't it funny when the cards do this to you? All right, let me try this pile. Oh, for sure she was in here, but. So for me, this card is really grandmother spider energy, but you can allow this image to be whatever calls to you. But this is the card that the guidebook meaning I just want to read you a little bit of. The title of the card is The Destiny of One. As I heal for everyone. When I am connected with the infinite essence within me, everyone and everything is affected as we are all connected. As we become more conscious, we can choose to believe in the magic of miracles, or we can choose to believe in suffering. We have a choice in every situation to choose which road to take, and that is our free will. And free will can only be exercised consciously. As we continually choose to allow miracles to enter our life instead of suffering, our reality will change. It must, as love and trust hold a much different vibration than fear and doubt. The body of the spider is the symbol of infinity. Our spirit is infinite with no beginning or end, and our wholeness perfectly encompasses our light and shadow. The belief that light and shadow are separate creates the illusion of separation in our physical world, and this illusion of duality and separation is the root of all suffering. The web is the symbol of our connection to everyone, everything, and especially ourselves. Our highest service to others begins with our connection to the core of ourselves, the pure essence within us that is the all-encompassing light of one. The living embodiment of this connection is our natural state of being, and when we live from this connection, we are the vibration of wholeness, compassion, and love, which easily heals the illusion of pain, duality, and suffering. So you can see from just that one guidebook meaning that this is more than just a simple basic guidebook that kind of gives you some prompts. This is one that really is encouraging you to look really deeply for yourself, really powerfully, but also very lovingly for yourself at your core, and how to show up and be present and honoring of your experience in a very, very powerful, and not to keep using that word again, but in a very meaningful way. And I find that the guidebook meanings are also really great jumping off points for journaling prompts, for an encouragement to really sit with this spirit animal and the message that's coming through, and explore at the deepest levels where there are wounds and where healing is also being offered in relation to those wounds. And I love Sandra's explanation for balance as well, the shadow and the light, and the importance of both in the experience of all of us on our journeys. And you guys know that I align with that very truly for myself. So anytime I see that in a guidebook, I get really excited, and I know that it's something I can really, really sink my teeth into. So I will show you the last few images that I pulled out that are like really, really speaking to me right now. The first one is the self-love card. Again, you can see that the use of color in this deck is very intentional. Across the sky, and then trust yourself. It is a beautiful deck. It is unique. It's impactful. It has a very powerful voice, a very clear voice. And it's a deck that really you can allow a spiritual practice to be very fulfilled by and very empowered by. And it's one that I know is a home deck for me, one that I will be using for the rest of my life as Racine in human form, and that I'll be using with clients and with viewers, because like I said, I have some exciting news coming about this deck. And one that has a very, very special message for our time and where we are as humans, as spiritual beings, and what we are shifting into towards, what we are remembering and reawakening to within, which is that divinity. And we explore that most powerfully when we are truly being ourselves, being authentic, and honoring our experience. So this is, again, the Messenger Cards by Sandra Kunz. A super, just, I can't even, like, there are no words for how much I love this deck already and how powerfully I'm connecting to it, and how deeply thankful and grateful I am that they've been created and that they are available for us to work with as well. So definitely check out the link. Explore the other videos, other reviews on YouTube as well. I'll post a few links below to ones that were, really encouraged me to explore this deck for myself, and that they were really unique. Because you get to a point when you've been working with cards for a long time where the deck really has to speak to you and feel really, I guess unique is the best word I can think of today with my cold, in order for you to really want to explore and invest in it. And this is one that has a very special voice. So I really encourage you guys to check out this deck and to start exploring it for yourselves. And if you really make the commitment of working with this deck, this is a deck that's going to be a life changer, one that's going to grant you deep empowerment and really support you on your authentic journey, not everyone's or what everyone else is doing, but on your authentic journey. So I was just so excited that I had to do this reveal right away for you guys, because I love this deck so much. I will be posting a review, soon to come. You guys know I like to at least give it a few weeks, up to a month of working with the deck before I give you my final experiences, feelings, my final words of encouragement or advice about the deck. And so I will be doing that, and I'll also have a lot more to come with this deck because I've been profoundly inspired by it. So I am, as always, sending you guys so much love, so many blessings. I'm uploading this on a Sunday, and I'm wishing you all just abundant energy, deep empowerment, and time for yourselves, solitude, to really be present on your path today. So much love, guys. Many blessings. See you in the next video. Bye.